Yep, you're live. Okay, let's zoom into this now. We are live. Make sure everything sounds good. Yep, everything sounds good. That's good. Okay. Make sure everything sounds good. I mean, this thing is still impressing me right now. Like, it's actually kind of wild. Ooh. Okay, so we have a little bit of an update here. We actually might have a more southern landfall. I don't know, man. This storm is okay. We're gonna get more into this in just a second. I'm gonna wait for people to join in the chat. For those of you that has been living under a rock, I don't know what's happening right now in the ocean. There's a insane hurricane that's just going absolutely nuts in the ocean right now. I think it did some damage over here in Mexico. Okay, so let's put up some of these cameras here because I'm allowed to use these cameras. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we're gonna put up like a camera right here of like people that, yeah, look at that. Wow. So yeah, for those of you that are joining in right now, what's good, Mom? First person to be in the chat. But yeah, for what's going on right now, we have a pretty historic hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico right now. This thing was, or is one of the strongest hurricanes ever in the Gulf of Mexico. And it's, you know, it was a category 5 over here. It was like one of the strongest category 5s on the planet. And it weakened to a category 4. But the reason why it weakened is because it went through an eye wall replacement cycle, where it literally replaced his eye. As you can see right here, the eye literally just like fell apart, and then boom, right again, it just turned right back into a category 5. So it went through an eye wall replacement cycle, basically is what happened, and that's why it's back up to a category 5, and it still is going to be a category 5 all the way until 2 a.m. tonight. So I mean, maybe even it seems to be longer than that, depending on what happens with the storm. I mean, it all depends on the wind shear and stuff. This storm has started to accelerate a lot more now. It's moving, I think, how fast is it moving? What is the exact speed of this? Storm movement. It's northeast. I need like a specific, I know it's moving northeast, but how fast northeast is it moving? I don't know how fast northeast is moving, but it's moving pretty fast. It's actually accelerated in speed now, so it's gonna start moving up to the north and east towards the Tampa Bay area, basically near Sarasota, maybe even Fort Myers all the way down here. I think Fort Myers is over here. Yeah, Fort Myers, Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda, Northport, Inglewood, all those places over here where these cameras are. These areas as at risk for a catastrophic hurricane. Absolutely going to be wild, but a catastrophic hurricane it's likely from this storm. I mean, the stuff from it is already here. It's already about to be here. You're gonna start feeling your tropical storm force winds really soon, because when this storm starts to get closer to land, it's going to start to weaken a little bit. But when it weakens, it's going to expand itself. So when it expands itself, that means more wind, more widespread wind damage, more widespread storm surge. And just the whole thing is just a lot more widespread than what it is right now. Because this is a tiny hurricane, y'all. This is not a huge hurricane like Helene was. Helene last week, or a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks, was a pretty large hurricane. It's a category 4, pretty large hurricane. Pretty intense. This is like way more intense than Helene, but it's smaller than Helene. But it is going to explode in size once it gets closer to, you know, Florida. Because it's going to deal with some wind shear. This wind shear is going to kind of tear it apart a little bit before it makes landfall in near Tampa Bay, Florida. Like I said, hopefully you guys in Tampa Bay and stuff are okay. I hope you guys be okay. I hope everybody in this path or in the cone of uncertainty is going to be okay from this storm. Because honestly, the most concerning area that I can point out here is basically from as far south as Naples right here all the way up to Spring Hill. Like this area right here, this entire area, I am very concerned for storm surge. You can see up to 12 to 15, maybe even 18 to 20 feet of storm surge possibly. Now the forecast is saying it's 10 to 15 feet of storm surge, which, okay, yeah, that's definitely probably going to happen. But I believe if this storm keeps, if it keeps its intensity and keeps moving on closer to land, the storm surge could be a little bit higher than what it's forecasted to be. So I want you guys to keep that in mind there, and don't let your guard down with the storm surge levels, because they could be way higher than what is forecasted. This storm has been unpredictable, okay? So we don't know what else it's going to do. I mean, it's been keeping its strength longer than as it should, Like, it should have started weakening by now, but it's not. It's been strengthening, and it still is strengthening as we speak. So that's the bad news. The good news is that it's supposed to weaken. It's supposed to weaken to a Category 4 hurricane at 150 mile per hour sustained winds with maximum wind gusts of 185 miles per hour, moving northeast. And let me see here. This is going to be about 2 p.m. tomorrow. So I think tomorrow, yeah, this thing is going to make landfall tomorrow night. So I will be live tomorrow night. This is 2 a.m. It's pretty late, but I'm going to see if I'm able to go live tomorrow night. I want to be there for this landfall. I really do. I hope I'm able to be there for the landfall. But, yeah. Yo, Messiah, did you cut your hair? I did not cut my hair. I actually have it twisted. I did not cut my hair. I did not cut my hair. But, no, I actually got it twisted yesterday. For those of you that are wondering. Yo, what's good, Juicy Dingler? What's good, what's good? What's good, chat? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We're probably going to stream for a good, like, hour or two, maybe. Possibly, depending on how I feel. And we're just going to be watching the storm. Also, if you look at the top right of this camera right here, this is your storm damage from Helene, I'm pretty sure. I think this is in Tampa. I'm not sure where this is at, but this is from, like, Tampa or something like that. And that is the storm damage. That's all the debris that they pushed onto the side so they can let cars go through. They still haven't even cleaned up from the debris from Helene, which is absolutely insane. You have another, maybe even stronger hurricane making landfall. I mean, look at this. This thing is keeping its shape right here. You will be cooked for school if you stay up. Yeah, I know, but like, I don't want to miss this landfall, So, hey, I gotta see this landfall. It's a historic hurricane. Haven't seen anything like it before. But yeah, this thing is making a beeline. It is going a little bit further south of Tampa, which is the good news for Tampa, but it's bad news for Fort Myers, Naples, and Sarasota, and those places like that, because they're gonna experience a hell of a lot more storm surge than what was forecasted, I think. We're going to look into that in just a moment. But I do want to just point out that just because this, cone of uncertainty is showing this thing going south of Tampa doesn't mean it's not going to go towards Tampa. The hurricane can go one or two ways. It can go as far north right here of the cone of uncertainty in this area, or it can go as far as south down here in the cone of uncertainty. You don't know what this thing is capable of and what this thing is going to do, because lately this thing has been, as you can see, it's been wobbling. Like, look at that. Look at that. It literally wobbled. It's wobbling. So this thing is wobbling back and forth. This is not a straightforward, straight line storm. Like, this thing is wobbly. This thing is not straight. Okay? It literally will wobble all the way up until it makes landfall. All hurricanes do that, by the way. Don't worry. I'll only cut your hair while you're sleeping. Yeah, okay. You tried it today. You're not doing it again. You still got cars down here moving too as well, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, maximum sustained winds right now for this storm is 165 miles per hour sustained winds, by the way. Absolutely insane. That's a very strong Category 5 hurricane. And like I said, this thing is starting to move to the, north and east now. So it's starting to make its way up there towards Florida. Like I said, we will see what happens with this storm. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's going to keep its intensity until like right here, like I said, when it turns into a Category 4. But it might do something similar to what Katrina did in a way. I'm not trying to compare Katrina and this storm because, like I said, those are two completely different storms. But I'm just saying, it's very similar in what it's doing. Katrina weakened, it was a Category 5, and she weakened to a Category 3 before she made landfall. And, I mean, the storm surge was just unbelievable. Like, it destroyed New Orleans, as y'all can see. This storm is doing something quite similar to Katrina. Like I said, I'm not going to compare this to Katrina at all, because we don't know what this storm is going to be like. We don't know what's going to happen with this. We don't know what it's going to do. We don't know where it's going to go. Like I said, it's literally wobbling back and forth in the cone of uncertainty, so we don't know where this is going to go. It can go north. It can go south of Tampa, either or. Like I said, if you're in Tampa, just prepare for the worst at this point. Like, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And like I said, just get ready for any type of catastrophic event, because I mean, this storm is going to be catastrophic. No question without it. Like I said, I'm not even trying to hype this up. Everybody's been saying the storm's going to be catastrophic. You literally have meteorologists getting emotional on live TV from the storm. Like, that's how serious this storm is. Like, I haven't seen anything like it, honestly. What's the name of this hurricane, unless it has no name yet? This hurricane Ben had a name. This is Hurricane Milton. For those of you that are wondering, this is Hurricane Milton. If you don't know the name of it, I'm surprised you haven't heard about him. He's all over, like all over TikTok and stuff. Like, everybody is hyping this thing up like crazy. Like I said, I just hope everybody had a chance to evacuate. I hope everybody's okay. For those of you that can evacuate, I pray for the best for you. I hope for the best for everybody that that has to stay in Tampa or anywhere in the west coast of Florida in the cone of uncertainty of this thing. Because it's still going to be a hurricane, even when it's in the middle of Florida. The middle of Florida is still going to be a hurricane. So, I mean, it's absolutely wild to just even think about. But conditions right now, they're chilling. We have a ton of cameras for tomorrow. So when this thing makes landfall, we will have cameras for this, and we will be looking at this live tomorrow when it makes landfall. I know landfall is going to be hella late for you guys. Probably around 2 a.m. is when landfall might happen. As you can see right here, 2 a.m. is the timing for this landfall. I'm going to see if I can be there for it. I hope I can. I'm going to see if I can be there for this. If I can't, then that's unfortunate. But I want to be there for the landfall because I want to see what this thing does. Because this thing is just absolutely insane. This is why you don't live in Florida. I mean, I've always wanted to live in Florida, but I mean, I'm not scared of hurricanes. Okay, I could just say that. Like, I would want to go through a hurricane just to experience it, and then, of course, like, get it on camera and stuff, just like to witness a hurricane firsthand, especially at this category. I mean, this thing is absolutely wild, but I mean, at this time, I don't know. This thing is hella dangerous. So unless the camera starts to go fly or go down, yeah, that's another thing that we gotta watch too. The storm surge could be pretty high. Like I said, the storm surge totals can be higher than what it's forecasted to be. Actually, let's check the visible blue satellite. So it is about to become nighttime, so you probably won't be able to see the hurricane too well. But, I mean, obviously you can see a well-defined eye in the middle of this thing. This is a strong, healthy Category 5 hurricane. There is nothing stopping this thing right now. This thing is going absolutely insane. This is what it looked like today. Boom, formed an eye. Now it's nighttime. This thing is hella strong, Chad. This is not no weak hurricane whatsoever. This is not a low-end Category 5. This is a high-end Category 5 hurricane that has potential to do some significant damage to Florida. So I highly, highly, highly recommend being careful in Florida, please. But let's go to this real quick. So these are the recent model trends right here of the intensity of the hurricane. So some of the models, two of the models are saying this thing could go up to a higher end Category 5. Yeah, I honestly can see that happening. But the majority of them, if not all of them, are trending this thing to go as far south as like a tropical storm in a category, Category 3 or 2, making landfall possibly. It's possible. I can see this thing making landfall as a 3. If this storm continues to intensify or just strengthen itself, I can see this thing making landfall as a 3, more than likely. And that will be pretty bad because it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be wider. So that's going to, create more problems or more widespread issues for Florida. And I just want to point that out there to you guys that this thing, I mean, it's still strengthening right now as we speak. I mean, the pressure is dropping. I think I just got a notification. It says a 908 millibar low pressure system again. So yeah, it's a 908 low pressure system, which is a Category 5 hurricane. And these are your spaghetti models right here. I mean, it's obvious enough. This thing is going to hit somewhere in Florida near Tampa. So that's obvious. This is your tropical 2-day outlook. Sorry about that. But this is your 2-day outlook, and you have a system over here that's just trying to develop, and I don't think it's going to do anything. I don't think it's going to do much at all. You have Hurricane Leslie, which we're not going to really talk about because it's not going to bother nobody. And, of course, the one and only Milton in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. This is your hurricane track. It's going to be a major hurricane when it makes landfall, of course. It's still going to be a hurricane, even on the east coast of Florida. And it's still going to be a hurricane, even in the eastern, east of Florida into the Atlantic Ocean, headed towards Bermuda. So this thing is, it's still going to keep its intensity until like 1 p.m. Friday. So that's something to keep in mind about. These are your models. We can check these in a moment. I mean, I don't see this thing weakening at all, man. Like, look at this. This is a healthy hurricane, y'all. This is probably the most photogenic hurricane I've seen all year. I mean, I know Beryl was photogenic and stuff, but this thing is just absolutely photogenic. Like, look at this thing. Absolutely insane. Jesus, this is, I mean, you have moisture in front of it, so it's still going to go strong. It's still going to go strong. Wow. You still have convection popping up around this thing too. Let's go to zoom Earth. This is zoom Earth, and holy moly, look! I mean, just look at that. Holy moly! Look at that hurricane, y'all. I mean, that's something right there. Absolutely insane. Look at that eye. That eye is just terrifying. Look at that. That's a clear eye right there. Like I said, that's going to be making a beeline right towards Florida. Unfortunately. Thing's absolutely insane. This track is showing it making... Okay, I was going to say, this track is showing it going towards Tampa a little bit. But it just changed up now. So it's definitely trended way farther south, which is good. But it's also bad at the same time. I mean, there is no good for the storm, if I'm being honest here. There is no good for the storm. Wherever it makes landfall at, it's going to be catastrophic. I'm just saying, like, if, it's more of a populated area in Tampa. So, like, we don't want Tampa to get hit, but we don't want nobody else getting impacted as well. This area has taken a beating from Hurricane Ian. If you guys remember that storm, I think it was 2022. This area took a beating from Hurricane Ian, and they might take another beating again from maybe even a stronger hurricane, possibly. So, or it will be a stronger hurricane. And this is the most recent model? It is not. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Holy, look at that. These are the models. Models showing this thing fall apart like rapidly. I don't think that's gonna happen like that. I mean, it's definitely gonna keep its eye possibly for like maybe until like around this time. Then that's when it's gonna start going away. Because I mean, yeah, it's absolutely wild to even look at that. Flooding, if it hits Tampa directly, would be insanely destructive. Yeah. If Tampa Bay gets directly impacted from this hurricane, the devastation this thing is going to cause is going to be unbelievable. Like, it's going to be insane to even think about the damage in Tampa that can occur from this storm. I mean, the damage will be catastrophic. It will be unbelievably insane. Like, I'm talking Katrina level of damage, maybe. If this thing literally makes a beeline towards Tampa. Like, I was really concerned for the past couple of days for Tampa because it kept showing a beeline. Like, literally, this thing was going right towards Tampa. Every model was showing it. Let's look at the most recent model runs and see where this thing is heading. So, I mean, there's still models showing this thing making a landfall literally in Tampa Bay. So, I mean, I don't know necessarily. Let's check this model run. These are like the different models. This is, by the way, the last one I used is the HAFSA model. This is the HMON model or HMON model. And I mean, this one is showing the worst case scenario. Honestly, this model is showing a worst case scenario. This thing is making landfall literally just above Tampa Bay, which is not good. That means more storm surge for Tampa, more devastation for Tampa, which is not good. And just like, I mean, that's just the worst case scenario. And it has it making landfall close to a category 4, by the way, as well, which is also not good at all. So that's something to keep in mind about. And this is the HWRF model. So let's look at this through, let me see, precipitation. And this model has this as well, making landfall a little bit north of Tampa. I mean, or in Tampa, actually, possibly. So this, like I said, most of the models that I'm looking at here is showing landfall either just a little bit north of Tampa or in Tampa. So I don't know if the track is going to change, because this is the track right now. Like I said, the track is literally going south of Tampa. If this thing wobbles, like I said, it's still wobbling, so we don't know where it's going to go. But if this thing shifts a little bit more to the north, Tampa is more than likely going to get slammed by this, and it will be complete devastation. Like I said, I'm not trying to like scare anybody. I'm not trying to hype this up. I'm just being real with you guys that this thing it will do complete devastation to Tampa if it were to make landfall like that. If you look at the picture of Katrina, the hurricane looks like it looks like a I think you meant to put something else there. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't read. If you look at the picture of Katrina and the hurricane, it looks alike. You're probably right about that, actually. Let me see. I can look up a picture real quick. If you compare. Yeah, I had a feeling if it goes north, it's going to be stronger. Yeah, it's a possibility, honestly. Because I mean, Katrina. We've got a satellite picture of Katrina. So this is Katrina. I mean, yeah, that's very similar. Very similar to Katrina. I mean, look at this. And look at this. Look at that. See the similarities to this? Similarities. One is going east and one is going west. So definitely looks pretty similar to Katrina. Also, let's look at the most recent storm surge values. Oh, also, I want to look at the flash flooding threat. The flash flood threat has been increasing significantly. I don't want to let this one slide. Okay, I never let any flash flood thing slide. Like, if anything has to do with flash flood, I'd never let it slide. I always say something about it. But I want to say something about it because after Helene, I don't want to see anything like that ever again. That was just unbelievable to see in North Carolina. Like, towns are completely swept away in the mountains in North Carolina and Tennessee and stuff. Please take flash flooding seriously. If you live anywhere in the yellow, reds, or pinks, especially the pinks and the reds, please take it seriously, because the flash flooding from Helene was unbelievable. It was devastating and deadly. We don't want to repeat of Helene. That's one thing. Orlando, Tampa, you are the main cities that are in the pink area or the high risk of flash flooding. So please, please, please stay on higher ground and prep for any type of flash flooding in your area. Tampa, you're going to experience both storm surge and flash flooding. So both saltwater and freshwater flooding, both, basically. So I mean, just prepare for that. I do want to just get that out there as well. And this is the storm surge values right here. So they're still showing 10 to 15 feet of storm surge in Tampa Bay. I can see this going or increasing a little bit more. Maybe tomorrow it might increase. I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, it's absolutely insane looking. We have this right here. I can't even zoom into this. Yeah, well, let me zoom into this. Just whatever though. Just looking at everything. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna go back to Radar Omega real quick. Yeah, sun is setting right now. Also, yeah, don't. I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. Tampa never took a direct hit, so the infrastructure is probably weaker. Yeah, Tampa Bay has never took a direct hit from a hurricane at this caliber before. So, like I said, I really hope this doesn't really cause a crap ton of damage in Tampa, because that would be utterly devastating to just even look at. And you already have storm chasers down here and stuff. This is another one of the beaches. Actually, we're gonna put this camera right here. Yeah, we're gonna place it with that camera, and then we're gonna do something like this. Yeah, we can do that. So we got two cameras for storm surge and stuff. So, like I said, I really hope that the storm surge doesn't even get above this tomorrow. It more than likely might, though, unfortunately. But holy. We're just gonna watch this play out for a little bit. I mean, just look at this. Look how it looks. Look how this thing looks, y'all. This is absolutely insane. Also, I'm gonna see if I can have better overlays on my stream too, so like I can make my stream look a little bit more fancier and look, a little bit more better in a way. Um, because I do want my stream to look a little bit better for you guys instead of just a plain stream. I don't want to be just a plain stream. I wanted to look fancy and catch more people's attention so I can get the word out to more people as well. Because I mean, like I said, some people are not even taking it seriously. They're making jokes off this, and it's just like, yo, you know. So I definitely get the word out to more people and like be like just dead serious. Like I said, I'm a dead serious person. I never hold back if I'm serious. Like when I mean I'm serious about this, I'm serious about this. Like this is not a storm to play around with at all. Like I said, it's a strong Category 5 hurricane. Maybe a small Category 5, but it's still a very, very strong Category 5. So, just really, really just take into consideration on the power and strength of the storm. Even if it's not even a Category 5 at landfall, it can still produce significant damage. Significant damage. Like, way more significant. Maybe more significant damage than Helene, possibly, if this thing does what it's going to do. So, but yeah, I'm going to be right back for 1 second. I'm going to go get something to drink because I've been talking for, I say probably around like 30 minutes. Let me check here. Yeah, for 30 minutes. I guess I'll be back for like 1 second, y'all. Go get something to drink and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back. We are back. Sorry about that break. I am getting some food. I'm gonna have to leave again briefly for a second. But yeah, for those of you that are joining right now, we have a historic hurricane that is in the Gulf of Mexico, making a beeline towards Florida, specifically near the Tampa Bay area. And the impacts could be devastating. Okay, the impacts could be 100% devastating. It could be destructive. And like I said, I'm not trying to hype anything up. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to be the internet hype man. I'm just keeping it real with you guys on everything. I'm keeping it real. This could be a catastrophic event. And this could be as bad, if not even worse, than Helene possibly, depending on what this storm does. This could have more storm surge than Helene maybe. So I just wanted to get that out there for you guys. Also, I'm going to move the camera a little bit further down, like maybe like right here, because I know some of you guys can't see it because my face cam's right here. Like I said, I'm going to fix that problem probably tomorrow maybe if I have time. I want to get overlays for my stream so I can have one box for the Hurricane, the other boxes for cameras, and the other box for my face cam. I'm going to try to figure that out, and the other box for chat and stuff. Like I want to figure that out for you guys. So I'll see what I can do tomorrow. If I can't do it tomorrow, I'll do it after this hurricane makes landfall and stuff like that. I want to be able to have a professional looking stream for you guys, because I think it's time I need to upgrade and update, how my stream looks. So I just want to put that out there for you guys. I may not be as professional as some other people out there, but I'm doing my best, and I am going to give out the most information I possibly can get in here from anything. So, you guys just bear with me here. I'm helping everybody out. I'm trying to help everybody out. I'm going to do what I can to let you guys know what's happening with this storm. But, I mean, without further ado, I'm going to get into it now. So as of right now, this storm is still a Category 5 hurricane with sustained winds of 165 miles per hour, with wind gusts possibly up to 195 to maybe even 200 miles per hour, which is insane. 905 millibar low pressure system, by the way. And it will still be a Category 5 by 2 a.m. tonight. So that's something to keep in mind about. It is racing. It actually might be, it might make it over here faster than 2 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. This thing is moving really fast. It might make landfall a little bit earlier than what we expect possibly. You could be talking about a landfall depending on how fast this thing goes and how, or how slow this thing slows down. Maybe around 12 a.m. 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. Maybe around the same time Helene made landfall. So that's something to keep in mind about. But like I said, this storm is going to start to weaken. That is 100% positive. I am 100% positive that this storm will start to weaken once it gets closer to Florida, but just by a little bit, not even too much, honestly. This is still going to bring intense impacts to Florida, and it's still going to do a lot of damage, and it's still going to provide a lot of storm surge with this as well. We have a ton of cameras that we can use from Radar Omega down here in Tampa, from basically Tampa all the way down near Cape Coral and Fort Myers, near Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda. So definitely be ready for that. I will have the cameras on the left side of your screen, as you can see right there. These are your two web cameras I have up right now. I'm going to have those up during this stream just for a little bit, just to show you guys what it looks like currently right now, or what the conditions look like. Pressure right now over there is 1007.9 millibars in that camera, and this one down here is 1008 millibars. So that's something to keep in mind about. Pressure hasn't dropped yet. That's because the hurricane's not there yet, but that's going to drop significantly when the hurricane gets there. So keep that in mind. If you guys want any questions, if you guys want to ask me any questions or let me know anything, let me know in the chat what you guys want to let me know what you guys want to ask me. Because if you have any family down there, friends, anybody that you know down there in like Tampa or just the west coast of Florida in general, just let me know. Try to let me know if anything, if y'all need information, because I will let you guys know what's going on down there and what to expect from this storm. Like I said, I'm trying to give out as much information as possible. If you guys want to share this with people that might need the information, you guys can share this stream as well. I will be on it. Like I said, tomorrow I will be live a couple hours before landfall tomorrow. I will do a pre-stream and the landfall stream itself. The pre-stream is going to be members only live stream. So I just want to get that out there now. If you guys are members, you guys can actually be there for the pre-stream. and you can do the members only, or you can be there for the members only live stream, and you can see what I'm going to talk about. Then once we get to the actual Landfall stream, that's when I'm going to start to focus on looking for more cameras and just getting everything set up for what is going to happen, or what is going to happen tomorrow in Florida. Like I said, I'm hoping for the best, everybody down here. I hope the best case scenario happens, and at the worst case scenario, because like I said, the worst case scenario is this storm literally making a beeline towards Tampa and just putting in a bunch of storm surge, because that is like the worst thing that could possibly happen. Tampa's a very populated area. It's an entire city, and we don't want this thing getting flooded. We don't want another Katrina. I'm going to just say that now. We don't want another Katrina, because what Katrina did, she formed to a Category 5, made landfall like this, pushed a ton of storm surge in from this area right here, and just absolutely devastated New Orleans. This could do the same thing if it makes, you know, the wrong path. Like, there's an area right here that can throw a ton of storm surge into Tampa and just completely submerge Tampa if there's no barriers or anything like that blocking the storm, which I'm pretty sure there's barriers and stuff, but I don't know, the storm surge could be higher than the barriers itself. So that's just something to really keep in mind about, and to just really focus too. Is like I said, we're going to hope for the best, prepare for the worst and hope for the best, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to go upstairs one more time again to check on my food, so definitely be ready for that. Just letting you guys know now ahead of time. But this is your hurricane currently right now. If you guys are just joining in the stream, this is your live look at Hurricane Milton, a strong Category 5 historic hurricane. Never seen anything like it. Like I said, I'm still in shock at how fast it formed from a freaking tropical storm to a Category 5 within a day. That's just unbelievable to even think about. Unheard of for me. I've never seen anything like it, but it happened, which is unfortunate. But we're gonna keep focusing on this storm. We're probably gonna be live for maybe another hour for this, and we're just gonna keep talking about this, and we're gonna see. Actually, speaking of that, let's I'm gonna pull up the hurricane hunters real quick, y'all. Move this on the side real quick. I just want to see the hurricane hunters. Are they on? Okay, yeah, now they're on. Okay, so we can see the hurricane hunters. There is the hurricane hunters right there. I think they're going to circle back around this thing and go into it. Let's see. 973 millibars. Low pressure right there. 962 millibar low pressure. 951. Thing just keeps dropping. 936. Wow, look at that. 936 millibar. A 904 millibar low pressure system, y'all. That's a strong Category 5. 907 millibar. That's at the surface, by the way, too. It's not even at the holy moly, look at the aircraft surface. 752 millibars. But the maximum or the lowest I've seen it right now is 904 millibars low pressure, which is a strong Category 5. That's what it is. So this thing is still a healthy and strong Category 5. It still has the time to even strengthen a little bit more, too. Like I said, nothing's really stopping this thing. This is a strong hurricane, y'all. But yeah, like I said, my fault if the stuff is in a way. I need to look at all this just to make sure, like, what's the lowest pressure, because I think they're gonna turn around and go towards the eye again and see if they can get more info on it. So I guess we can stay live until they do that, because right now they're currently right here. They're probably going to circle, like I said, circle back around it and go into the eye of the storm. So that's something to keep in mind about. Let's go on here and see what's going on. So this is the live visible satellite imagery of this thing, and I mean it's still looking absolutely insane. Like it looks extremely, extremely impressive, unbelievable, honestly. And this is what it looks like on Zoom Earth. I mean, like I said, it's a well-defined eye right there. That's your classic hurricane structure. And I mean, as you can see, this thing is wobbling. This thing's been wobbling. It's been wobbling back and forth. You don't know where it's gonna go. You really don't. I mean, the cone of uncertainty. I mean, look at this. It's going south of the cone of uncertainty. And watch it go back up north and then south again. And like it's gonna wobble back and forth. So we don't know where this thing's gonna make landfall exactly at. We know it's gonna make landfall somewhere in this area of Florida, but we don't know exactly. So, and we won't know until like maybe an hour or two before landfall. Then you might have a pretty good idea where it makes landfall at. But right now, you definitely don't know exactly. You can't pinpoint exactly where it's gonna make landfall at. So that's just something to keep in mind about. I mean, like I said, this thing is still a powerful hurricane. Holy moly, man. This thing is unbelievable to look at. That is a look at that pinpoint eye right there. That thing is absolutely insane to look at. This is your hurricane forecast. It's still going to be a major, or still is a major hurricane, of course. And it will be a major hurricane on landfall as well. So this is making landfall as a major hurricane, y'all. So that's big right there. And like I said, I can see the storm surge totals going up a little bit more possibly. I would say maybe 12 to 20 feet maybe of storm surge. You could possibly see that being upgraded to that, in my opinion, because I feel like the storm has more potential of throwing more storm surge, especially further south too. Like I feel like further south, the storm surge totals can definitely go up a little bit more, because I feel like there's gonna be a lot more storm surge gonna be thrown in this area. So we definitely gotta keep that in mind. But yeah, this is your storm surge update. I won't be surprised if this changes tomorrow. I'm just gonna show you it right now. This is your flash flood guidance as well. This is your freshwater flooding. Your freshwater flooding is a high risk, by the way, so it's another high risk event. So please, please take this seriously. Don't even throw this under the covers or anything. Like this is not anything to literally just breeze by. Please heed the warnings. Any type of flash flood warnings. Okay, like flash flood warnings, like anything with flooding, please heed the warnings, especially with like this type of event. You all saw what happened with Helene. Okay, take this seriously, please. I mean, this is all I wanted to show you guys for real. I'm going to go back to the satellite imagery. I'm gonna be right back real quick. I'm gonna go get my food, so I'll be right back. Give me one moment, y'all. Give me like 1 minute. let's go back to Radar Omega real quick. So we've been streaming for basically an hour now. Alright, yeah, Hurricane Hunters are going back into the storm. They are heading right into the eye of the storm right now as we speak. So we're going to wait for the Hurricane Hunters to make their way towards the hurricane. And we're going to see what they're going to get out of this. How low the pressure is going to be as well. But they're circling back towards it though. And this is the Hurricane Hunters from Tampa. I'm pretty sure near Tampa. So that's something to keep in mind about. These guys are still out there working. Even with the storm heading right towards Tampa Bay. So props to them, honestly. Give props to the Hurricane Hunters. They are flying into a Category 5 hurricane in a plane. So, unbelievable stuff. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm gonna go on mute here and there, so you don't have to hear me chewing, because I don't want to chew in the microphone. So, just a heads up for you guys, in case you guys are wondering why, I'm on mute. But yeah, we do have Hurricane Hunters going into the storm. So we're gonna see what the lowest pressure they're gonna see in there, because the lowest pressure I've seen that the Hurricane Hunters has found in this storm was 904 millibars, 100% a Category 5 without a doubt. But I want to see if this thing is lower than that. It might be. I mean, it's still a pretty intense storm. And it's really not that far from Florida, honestly. It's really accelerated in speed. I won't be surprised if an earlier landfall is likely at this moment. Because, I mean, it's been accelerating ever since. And it's still a strong Category 5 hurricane, which is very concerning. Did they just update it? They just, wow. 902 millibars now. So this thing is dropping in millibars. Like, this thing is dropping in pressure. So this might be even a stronger Category 5 hurricane. Possibly. Which is not good. Like I said, I'm really concerned about... Okay, let's call out specific areas now. As a matter of fact, let's call out specific areas. So the areas I am most concerned about, like, on a 10 out of 10 concern. Okay? Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples, Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte. What is this, Rwanda West? Or, no, Rotunda West, sorry. Grove City, this is where one of the cameras is at, by the way. Grove City, Florida. You have a camera down there. This is where, I think that the beach is on that side. Inglewood, Northport. I'm concerned about Northport. South, what's this, Venice? Venice itself, which there's a camera in Venice, actually. This is one of your cameras in Venice. Then you have Seastucky, or Seastucky, I think is how you say it. Sarasota. That's a big one. Sarasota. That's also at big risk. Bradenton. You guys are at risk as well, like in a severe risk. Fort Myers as well. Where's Fort Myers at? Fort Myers is also an area. I think I called that already. That's I'm really concerned about as well. And of course, the greater Tampa area, I am very concerned about as well. I'm actually the most concerned about Tampa more than anything, in my opinion. But literally from just northern Tampa pointing south is the most concerning areas, in my opinion, because I feel like the storm surge is going to be a hell of a lot more intense in this area. So I just want to just call out specific town names, even in the Tampa area, like this area. Let's go to specific areas in the Tampa area. You have St. Pete Beach, Reddington Beach, Madeira Beach. You have all the beaches in Tampa. Clearwater Beach, Clearwater itself. Pinellas Park, I think is how you say it. Kenneth City, St. Petersburg. Like I said, the downtown Tampa area, the greater Tampa area. I've been in Tampa Bay before, by the way, y'all. I know what Tampa looks like. I know where I've been in this area before. I know what it looks like. It's beautiful city, by the way. Beautiful city. I've only been, I think, was it somewhere up here? I was in Busch Gardens, Tampa, though. Is where I was at, and I was able to see Tampa from one of the roller coasters. It was a pretty good looking city, but honestly, it's not gonna be looking pretty when this thing makes landfall near there. So, like I said, I'm just gonna call out, like I said, call out town names, even further inland in Tampa as well. Like you guys need to like worry about the hurricane force winds of sustained winds of 125 to maybe even 40 miles per hour, um, possibly depending on if the storm weakens fast enough or not. Because so far the storm hasn't really weakened. It's been sustaining its strength, if not even getting stronger as we speak. Um, and I don't think it's going to start its weakening trend until maybe tomorrow afternoon, when it starts to really accelerate in speed. Then that's when it's going to start weakening. But even if it does start tomorrow afternoon, that's probably like pretty bad, because that means it could be a larger and stronger hurricane making landfall. So we don't want that. We don't want that at all. There will be some type of wind shear involved in this to weaken it, but I just, like I said, I really, really, really hope that this thing could just fizzle out completely. I know it's not possible, but I really want it to just fizzle out. All right, they're getting closer and closer to the eye. Let's see what it is like outside of the actual eye wall. Still, you're still experiencing tropical storm force winds with this, even outside of the hurricane, and like the yellows and orange. You're experiencing your tropical storm force winds. Yeah, y'all, this is still a really intense hurricane. I mean, the echo tops in this thing is still very high. It's still very noticeable. You still have some really high echo tops with this. I mean, look at that. It's shrinking in size, but that doesn't mean it's weakening. It's definitely strengthened, if not strengthening. So, I mean, that's just unbelievable to look at. But if you guys are just tuning in right now, we are live for a historic Category 5 hurricane that is going to make landfall in or near the Tampa Bay area. So, I definitely, like I said, I want to be live for this. I'm going to keep continuing the live stream until this plane gets into the eye again, so we can read the soundings that they got from this. Because like I said, the lowest pressure I've seen with this was, that's 968. That's not the lowest pressure. What was it? It was like over here. Was it right here? There's 917. Yeah, there it is. 903. Holy moly. 903. 903.5, y'all. That's holy moly, y'all. That is unbelievable. That is some low pressure right there. Look at that. Holy. 911. Low pressure system. Jeez. There's still a pinhole of an eye as well. Unbelievable storm. Like, you don't see hurricanes this powerful this often at all, if not even ever like this, in for long periods of time in the Gulf of Mexico. Like, these type of storms are extremely rare. This is now one of the, if not the most powerful hurricane to ever be in the Gulf of Mexico as well, which is just unbelievable to even think about. I mean, earlier I thought it was going to start its weakening trend early, but it really just intensified itself back to its, status as what it was earlier yesterday. So, I mean, that's just... Chat, the models are showing a 896 low pressure system. That is record breaking. That is record breaking. 896 low pressure system. I've never seen any Hurricane go under 900 millibars. This is my first time ever seeing this. I know if Hurricanes has been under 980 or 8 or 900 millibars, sorry, but I've never seen one actually in person live. Like this is actually wild. But some of the models are showing this thing becoming an 896 low pressure system. This is unbelievable to even think about, but yeah, it's an 896 low pressure system. The fact that Florida got hit less than 2 weeks apart is crazy. By 1 millibar, yeah. This is just impressive to even look at. Like, I mean, look at that, 897, 899. That's a strong category 5. So, okay, this is the most recent model guidance. I think we just got this too. What time is this? Does this come out again? This is, let me see. It just came out then. Yeah, so this came out 5 p.m. I think. What, did it come out 5 p.m.? Maybe it came out 8 p.m. I'm not sure. But the most recent model run is showing this thing making landfall as a category 4 now. Yeah, that's a category 4. And it's making landfall on top of Tampa. So, I mean, I really hope the trend is not Tampa. I really do. But this is the HMON model. So this is a hurricane model. This is a very reliable model for hurricanes. So that's not a good sign. Let's go to the HWRF model and see the most recent trend to this thing. And, I mean, this one, it shows it doesn't get as low as the HMON model or HMON model, but it shows a weaker scenario, but it still makes landfall in Tampa, if not a little bit north of Tampa, which is like the worst case scenario possible. So both hurricane models are showing 2 different scenarios. Let's check this one too. I want to check this one as well, make sure. The lowest is showing is a 916 millibar, but we already know it's lower than that, so it's going to be a much stronger hurricane when it makes landfall, I feel like. At least it's not Cat 5. You're right about that, but here's my problem with this, right? Even if it wasn't a Cat 5, even if it was, it's still, when hurricanes, right, before they make landfall, not all of them, but like, since there's going to be wind shear involved of this weakening of this hurricane, the size of the hurricane is going to expand a whole lot more, which is creating a more widespread damage path and more widespread storm surge in a way as well. So it's really not a good situation one way or another. I mean, one way or another, it's a bad situation for Tampa, in anywhere near Tampa. It's just that I feel like, I don't know, it could be a lot worse if like these models is what these models are showing, right? Okay, this is a more better case scenario from this model. This is the HAFSA model, and this is going a little bit further south of Tampa, so it's a better scenario for Tampa, but a worse scenario for Sarasota, Fort Myers, and places down there. I mean, one way or another, they're going to experience storm surge. It just depends on how intense it's going to be. Also, the tropical tornado threat is going to increase tomorrow as well. The tropical tornado threat actually might start by maybe 8 a.m. tomorrow. By the time 8 a.m. tomorrow, the tropical tornadoes are going to start going nuts down there in Florida. So I highly recommend being ready for that. Like I said, I won't be live fully tomorrow in the morning, of course, because I will have school. I'm going to go live literally like, I'm going to do a members only live stream. Like I said, if you guys are members of the channel, you guys can watch the members only live stream that I'm going to do. I'm going to do a members only live stream before I go live for the actual landfall event. And I'm going to literally prepare, just literally prepare for the storm to, you know, make landfall. So that's my plan. I'm going to prepare for this. I'm going to make sure I get enough rest so I can watch the landfall event. And I'm just, you know, I'm watching this thing live. I'm going to be live with you guys. I'm going to cover this with you guys live. I mean, just look at it on the satellite. That thing is just impressive. Thing's absolutely impressive, y'all. They still haven't updated the storm surge values yet. I feel like they are going to update it because, I mean, at that point, I would expect maybe a stronger hurricane to make landfall, possibly. They're still showing some of the models. Still showing the same thing as what it was earlier at the beginning of the stream, but I just wanted to show you guys that. The flash flood threat's still the same. Like I said, I'm not taking that flash flood threat with a grain of salt for granted or anything like that. I already talked about it twice. I'm going to talk about it once more before I end the stream as well. Jesus, look at that. Look at that pinhole of an eye right there. That is unbelievable. Alright, let's see where they're at now. Alright. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. This is it's wobbling back and forth, so I don't know what. I mean, look at that. It's weebling and wobbling. Like, it can't make up its mind on where to go. So, this, like I said, this can go one way or another. I'm just trying to think here. Because, like, I'm starting to feel like this could be a more southern. It could be more south of Tampa, maybe. But I don't want to say that, and then it just make a beeline towards Tampa. Because, like, most of the models are showing this thing making a beeline towards Tampa. So that's what's, like, making me a little concerned. But I don't know, man. I really don't know. Like I said, we're still gonna be waiting on the hurricane hunters to make their way into the eye wall again of the storm, so it can so they can get data from it. But holy moly, y'all, this thing is just unbelievable to see on radar. It's insane, y'all. In Puerto Rico, I don't read Spanish. If somebody in the chat knows Spanish, can you translate that for me? So thank you guys for sharing videos around. I didn't know you guys were sharing videos at all. Wow. Yeah, like I said, if you guys need to, if you want to like get this information out to as many people as possible, just share this stream to people, and we can see who needs help and who needs information and stuff like that. Also, brand new update. We just had a Hurricane Hunter go into the eye of the storm. So let's see the data from this. So 936 millibar. This is still Category 5 Hurricane, of course. 960. Yeah, they're now just getting into the eye of the storm, like close to the eye. So the Hurricane Hunters are right here. They're experiencing, holy moly, 921 low pressure. Okay. 921 low pressure system. It's probably going to keep dropping as we speak. But they are in the mixed here. They are literally in the eye of the storm. The National Meteorological Service in San Juan or San Ho, I don't know if I said that right, Puerto Rico, has issued a marine warning as if it was a tornado caused a waterspout in North Puerto Rico to the waters of the Caribbean Sea from the beach via. Interesting. Is that so? You're actually not wrong about that. There definitely is a special marine warning. There is a special marine warning in the ocean or out of the or outside the island of Puerto Rico right now. So there could be water spouts there, but it shouldn't be too much. I mean, this is there for the next 34 minutes, so if you guys are in that special marine warning, definitely heed the advisories to that. But we're gonna focus on the hurricane though, because the hurricane's like they're the big boy of the all, you know. So thank you for translating that, Leah. My wonderful girlfriend. Thank you. But we're gonna wait for the next update here and see how deep the pressure drops, because right now they're experiencing a millibar in pressure of 921. So that is like 100% a Category 4, a high-end Category 4 at that. I still believe this is 100% a Category 5, by the way. So I'm just gonna wait here for the next update, because it should be coming in the next like 5 minutes maybe. Yeah, I mean, the thing is shrinking. That could be the reason why. It could be intensifying. That's why it's shrinking. Like I said, just because the storm is shrinking does not mean at all that this thing is weakening, because it is not. This thing is intensifying still. Because if the storm is weakening, it literally will expand in size. So, this is still a tight and violent hurricane. 5 minutes ago, in the area of Puerto Rico special marine warning was issued in orange color due to strong thunderstorms. Pastor, sorry. Had a tornado, a water spout. They had a water spout, actually? Wow. That's actually insane. All types of weather happening. I think the Hurricane Hunters are probably over here somewhere, maybe. So we might have an update on this storm millibar drop in just a moment here. Hopefully. I'm waiting for it. So I'm getting word that this thing is going to rapidly intensify furthermore as of right now, as of what we know right now. So this thing is still rapidly intensifying. Unbelievable. That is unbelievable to even think about. You wouldn't have think that this thing would still even be intensifying when it's supposed to weaken around this time. This is just unbelievable to even think of. But this storm is still, from what I'm hearing and from what I'm seeing right now, it is still intensifying as we speak. So, like I said, I won't be surprised if this thing keeps its shape together. Like, if it keeps its shape together as a Category 5 in this area before we see where this 4 is at, if it keeps itself in shape in this area before landfall, I believe that it will be a Category 4 at landfall. I just feel like it is, because that means the wind shear isn't that strong. There's not much dry air bothering it. I mean, there's nothing really stopping this thing. And you already have precipitation from this stuff right here that's making it pretty moist in the atmosphere. So, I mean, there's nothing really stopping it, really. I'm still going to wait for the next update from the hurricane hunters. But, like, I mean, this is, like, nothing is stopping this thing from further intensifying. So, I'm, like, starting to get really concerned now, too. For when this thing is going to start weakening. Because if it doesn't start weakening around maybe, I don't know, like, sometime tomorrow morning, then we may have a much stronger hurricane making landfall here than what we are forecasting it to be. So we still got some major problems here. Someone said on YouTube, I'm Sarasota, and it could get hit directly. Insanity. Insanity, y'all. Don't spam too many comments, by the way, too. Because I don't want to take up the entire comment feed and stuff. Just don't spam too much. Because it'll make it like, you know. Oh boy. We have the latest update. Jeez. 911 millibars low pressure. 910 millibars. This is like right near the eye wall too, yeah. 914. This is still a Category 5 for sure. It's probably stronger than that, honestly, but yeah, most recent update it's a 9. It's a 910 millibars. What I've seen the lowest so far. They're at a 990 now millibar. Interesting. So the lowest pressure right now, from what I've seen, is a 910 millibar low pressure system. So it's still a Category 5, still a strong Category 5 hurricane. And they might circle around one more time before going back to base, maybe. I'm not sure. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to circle around one more time. Like, come around and go through there. And then maybe, actually, they might come back through and then go through it again. And then go back to base, possibly. That's what they might do. But the lowest pressure right now, from what we're looking at, is a 910.9 millibar low pressure system. So still a massive, or not massive, but a very strong Category 5 hurricane. So it's definitely still keeping its intensity. Like I said, we don't know how long this thing's going to keep its intensity for either. Like I said, this could last a pretty decent amount of time. I say the maximum it will probably last is probably up to this point right here. If it surpasses this point, and it's still a Category 5, then I have my hopes pretty low that it's not going to weaken too much when it makes landfall, because I mean it's nothing bothering it. If there really is wind shear, it would start disrupting it right now, honestly. Because apparently there's supposed to be wind shear in this area right here. So we'll see what happens. But for right now, I'm not seeing any signs of this thing weakening at all. This thing is just, it's healthy. It's a healthy hurricane. It's a mean, strong hurricane too. If you guys are just joining in right now, we are tracking Hurricane Milton, a strong Category 5 hurricane. Hurricane hunters just went through the plane, or sorry, not went through the plane, went through the eye of the hurricane. They found a low of 910 millibars low pressure, which is a Category 5 hurricane. So, still a Category 5. It's still a healthy Category 5 hurricane. I mean, I don't see anything stopping this thing. You can see it, see its core shrink and reform when it strengthens. Yeah, I'm noticing that too. It's shrinking a little bit. That means this thing is literally getting more powerful. So like, there's like, and here's, for example, here's Florida right here, y'all. This is Florida. This is the Keys. This is Florida. Like Fort Myers and stuff is over here. This is not far. Okay, this thing is making landfall tomorrow, and the models are still pinpointing Tampa. I pray to everybody, please, 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 if you're in Tampa right now, just don't, like, I know you guys are probably not underestimating this, but just, like, please get ready for the worst case scenario. Because this, like I said, this can go one or two ways. You can go into Tampa Bay, go a little bit north of Tampa Bay, three ways, or it can go south of Tampa and won't be as bad. The two worst ways is north of Tampa, especially north of Tampa, and into Tampa as well. So, like, those are like the two worst case scenarios. The best case scenario for Tampa is if it goes a little bit further south as a landfalling hurricane. Then Tampa maybe has a shot of, you know, not receiving as much storm surge as what it's forecasted to be. Because, I mean, if you go back to the storm surge totals, it's still showing 10 to 15 feet of storm surge in that purple. And 5 to 10 feet in the red right there as well. Which I think that could definitely increase a little bit more. Actually, 8 to 12 feet of storm surge in this red down here. So like I said, I feel like this will increase both the purple and the red down here. It's going to increase a lot more. I just have that feeling that it's going to increase a lot more because I feel like I said, I feel like they're probably going to increase it to 12 to 18 feet of storm surge. I just have that feeling for the purple area for Tampa. It's going to be 12 to 18 feet. Only reason why I think that is because of the sheer power of this. Also, I want to point out another thing too. This thing could possibly undergo another eye wall replacement cycle. So, just like be aware of that. This thing could go to another eye wall replacement. It could try an eye wall replacement cycle again. Not 100% sure. Hello, I am back. Yep, what's up, What's up, Tristan? Welcome to the stream. Like I said, if you guys are members of the channel, I'm going to be doing a members-only live stream tomorrow before I go live for the public. I'm just going to do a members-only live stream and just set up my stream there. Y'all can see how I set up my stream and stuff and, like, progress and all that and what I do before I stream and stuff. So, yeah, be there for the... If you guys are members, be there for the members only live stream. I'm going to give an update for that tomorrow as well. I'm going to let you guys know on the Discord server and everything else. So definitely get ready for that if you are a channel member. Also, thank you guys for becoming members, by the way, too. I really do appreciate it. All right then. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, what you're looking at right here is your storm surge totals. So if you live anywhere in these areas in Florida, you can look at it. You can see where your area is at, and you can figure out what area is going to experience the most storm surge. As you can see, the purples, of course, is the area that's going to experience the more storm surge. But for your specific area, if you live in Florida, look for your area near the coastline. If you live anywhere near the coastline, and see how much storm surge you're going to get from it. Honestly. I pretty much explained it already. You guys can pause the stream and look at that real quick if you guys want to. I'm going to continue to look at satellite imagery of this absolutely insane hurricane. Definitely hurricane of the year right here. Haven't been here for 8 months. Be right back. Hey, welcome back, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. Also, like I said, apologize if I'm chewing in the microphone. I'm sorry. I gotta eat something, while I watch this. Like I said, this is all live. You're gonna have to witness this with me live as well. But like I said, this thing is getting closer and closer to Florida every time we talk. And I'm gonna keep saying this too. Expect a possibly earlier landfall, as well, than what's being told, because I feel like this storm has accelerated a lot faster than what we thought would be. And I mean, by the looks of it, it might start curving off to the north. Maybe we'll see what happens. We'll really see what happens here, because I mean, this is the area we need to watch for. Let me see. Let's go back to radar Omega real quick. Yep. Hurricane hunters are leaving out of there now. Let me see. By the way, if you guys are wondering what the lowest pressure is, at the surface, 910 millibars right there. It's the lowest pressure. From what we've seen so far, it's probably even lower than that, but I'm just pointing it out there. That's the lowest pressure. And they might be circling back around, because if they weren't, they would be going literally straight back to Tampa. I think they're circling back around. They're gonna come in for another view of this storm. They might try to get the eastern quadrant of the eye. Jesus, look at that pinhole of an eye right there. You should be a news reporter. I plan on doing something similar to that. I'd rather be a storm chaser, or a meteorologist. Either way, meteorologist, storm chaser, either or works for me. Honestly, as long as it has anything to do with weather, I'm fine with it. But I'd rather be a storm chaser and be out there and chasing the storms, like how some storm chasers are down here doing. They're down here, they're waiting for the storm to come to them. I want to be like that. I want to be down there. I want to be storm chasing. Or I could do this, I guess I could do this, like a storm chase, or just become just a professional meteorologist. Either or. I'm doing either or. I have options. Gotta go. See you tomorrow. See you, man. Thanks for joining the stream. Also, thanks for being a member, by the way, too. I really do appreciate it. We've been live for an hour and 40 minutes, basically, now at this point. Like I said, I've already called out every town name specifically. What could see the worst and what could see the the least worst. And I've showed you out the cameras and in the area as well. There's like 6 cameras in this area. So a ton of cameras ready for the storm. Honestly, they placed them in a really good spot. Like, this may be the area, like, between these cameras is where I think it could possibly make landfall at. But it's definitely making its way up to the north now. But we're gonna see if the Hurricane Hunters are gonna turn back and intercept the eye again. They might. If they start curving off like this way, like they start to go this way, then they're probably not gonna intercept it again. But because they might be heading back to Tampa. I probably am gonna end the stream relatively soon though, only because I do wanna I'm gonna get some sleep and stuff for tomorrow. Cause I don't want to be up like too late tonight to cover this, because it's not making landfall tonight. It's making landfall tomorrow, and I want to be there for that landfall, so I gotta save me some time. Might be more cameras than that if you zoom in. Usually, if you zoom in, there's like more than one camera for some reason. So far, actually, no, there isn't more than one camera. It's interesting. We're gonna wait for this next update from the Hurricane Hunters and see what they're gonna do. If they turn back around, like this way, they're probably going to get into the eye again, so. Yeah, we are. If you guys are just joining it right now, we're waiting for the next update on the Hurricane Hunters and see what they're going to do. We're going to see if they're going to turn back around and maybe intercept this thing again, or if they're going to go back to Tampa. Because so far, the lowest pressure we've got from, like, from them documenting it was a 910. Hold on, it's not working. There we go. 910 millibar low pressure system. They actually had a 903, I think, while they were in the storm. They had a 903 low pressure system. So that's something to keep in mind about. But yeah. You see the rise in the pressure too. It's crazy. Absolutely insane to see. Yeah, so I haven't had an update yet. We're still waiting on an update from this thing. See if this thing is gonna go this way or back to Tampa. Just waiting on the next update. I just want the next update for it. If it's going back to Tampa, then I'm probably gonna end stream. But if it's going to cycle or circle back around into the storm, then I'm gonna stay live. Which I feel like they might circle back and intercept the storm again. Either way, like I said, I will be ending stream relatively soon here, so I can get some rest and stuff. Cause I do want to talk about. I might wake up early and make a video, too, as well. Depends on how I feel. Let me see. Come back out here. Yeah, it's still looking like a very healthy Category 5 hurricane, if you ask me. Oops, I did not mean to click out of that. That was on accident. What was it that I clicked out of? It was the, yeah, I know what that was. Okay, so we can go back to that. There it is. Is this the most recent one? I don't think this is the most recent one. I think this is still the same thing. Yeah, I think it is. I don't see that much of a difference. Oops. This is still the same model run, so. We'll see what this does. I mean. So the most recent frame has this thing going up north now. It's like I said, still weeble wobbling back and forth, but it has it going north. So you have your Hurricane Leslie over here too as well. And then you have this system going up towards France, near Paris actually. Look at that. Interesting. Oh, yep, they are circling back. Okay. So they are circling back to intercept the storm again, so we're going to stay live. We're going to stay live for the storm. Because they are now circling back. I think they're going to hit this one more time and then come back, and then they're probably going to go back. I think that's their plan. That might be their plan, maybe. Or they might just come back, intercept it, then just go up north like that. Means whatever they want to do. Depends on how much fuel they have, too. So we'll stay live for a little bit longer. Wait for the next update of this thing. Actually, we can check Twitter real quick, actually. See what's going on with Twitter. Of course, the man himself, Ryan Hall. This is earlier when they were measuring the winds in the National Hurricane Center. It's unbelievable to watch. Winds are like super powerful. That is an insane view. Wow, look at that. The eye is even more well defined than what it was. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Those are the hurricane hunters right there. We have the Weather Channel, Jim Cantori and them there. Mike Bettis. I think that's Mike Bettis right there. Yep. Wow. Okay. It's a serious situation, but that's funny. Okay. Yeah, that's wild. But they are having another storm in Florida. Crazy. Yo, it's Spitfire. Yeah. After Helene, this storm just came out of nowhere and said, "Hi, I'm gonna make landfall in Florida." So, I mean, yeah, it literally just came out of nowhere. But this is still currently a Category 5 powerful hurricane. Like this is still one of the strongest hurricanes ever in the Gulf of Mexico. Like, this is unbelievable to even think about. And like I said, I know what Tampa looks like and stuff. Like I said, I've been to Tampa Bay before. Like, I know how prone it is to like flooding and stuff. It's pretty, like, it's definitely below sea level, which is not good at all. So like I said, I'm hoping for the best with this, because I mean, it's absolutely wild if this thing makes a beeline towards Tampa. So far it's showing south, but I mean, honestly, it's just looking absolutely crazy. Is it an F5? So it is not F, it is Category 5. F5 is the Fujita scale for a tornado. F stands for Fujita, so that's for tornadoes. It is no longer F anymore. F no longer basically exists anymore. It's EF now for tornadoes. But no, it's a Category 5. Yeah, it's what you meant to say. It is a Category 5 still, or now it is. It became a Category 4 earlier today because it went through an eyewall replacement cycle. Now it's back to a Category 5. I mean, look at that. Look how fast it just blew up out of nowhere. And it still is currently a Category 5 hurricane. So, but either way, you're good. You're good, bro. You were on point basically. As long as you know what a 5 means, then you honestly know. A lot of people do get that mixed up a lot, but that's okay. Like I said, both F or EF5s or Category 5s are both very destructive storms, one way or another. Because that's the maximum they can ever get. Like, this is the maximum a hurricane can ever get, is Category 5. EF5s is the maximum a tornado can get. This storm will have the wind gusts of an EF5 tornado. So, and it will have sustained winds of a high-end EF4 tornado. Sustained, by the way, so imagine a tornado, an EF4, high-end EF4 tornado. Like think of like the Mayfield, Kentucky tornado in a way. When it was a Category 5 back here, like for example, the Mayfield, Kentucky EF4, that thing had wind speeds of 190 miles per hour, and it was an EF4. So imagine that, but imagine that sustained for like an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, depending on how slow the storm goes. That is absurd. That is catastrophic right there. I'm not saying this is what it's going to do. I'm just saying, like, it's, just think about that. This thing's going to have EF3 winds when it makes landfall. Sustained winds of an EF3 tornado, which is like 150 mile per hour winds. Possibly, or maybe even EF2. One of those two. Has Florida ever recovered from the last storm? No, they have not actually. The last storm was Helene, and it didn't even give them time to recover. This storm is just making a bullseye towards Florida right after Helene. So, I mean, they can't even recover anymore. They have to evacuate because they won't be able to survive if they sit in the areas that got, hit by Helene. Because Tampa's already been, this area of Florida has already been pretty slammed already by Hurricane, and they couldn't even recover because you have this big boy coming over here now. So that's the only reason why. So no, they have not recovered from Helene at all, unfortunately. We're gonna keep looking at look at that. Look at the satellite. Look at this from space. This is Milton. Look at Milton. This is from outer space, y'all. I think I'm able to show this. Yeah, I'm able to show this. From Nahel Belghers. I think that's how you say his name. Look at that. Look at that. That is Milton from space. That's an insane looking hurricane. Look at that. They anchored their house down. They are not trying to lose their house. I don't blame them. Look at this. This picture's from space of Milton looking absolutely insane. Wow. Holy moly. Well, that's Cancun right there for y'all. Jeez. Holy moly, chat. Did y'all see that? I would freak out if I had lightning that close to me. That is absolutely insane. This is from Reed Timmer. Reed Timmer, I think he reposted it. Did he? I don't know. Yeah, this is from another person. Jesus. That's absolutely insane to look at. What on earth is happening? I don't know, man. Look at that. The Tampa National Airport is literally cleared. It's a ghost town. Nothing's over there. This is the traffic, by the way, too, that's happening. Still currently happening. Maybe not as bad as what this is, but that's the traffic going away from Helene. Not Helene, sorry, Milton. Look, the storms happened so recently, like, it's confusing me now. Another space picture. Hurricane Matthew 2016. That's a scary looking hurricane. And Hurricane Milton 2024. They look very similar. Holy moly, y'all. That is insane looking. They both look very, very similar. It's just this looks like it has more of a face than Milton does. Unbelievable. Milton heard the trash talk and said, alright, bet. That's crazy. Also, the Waffle House is not breaking down, but like closing down too is actually insane. I'm just looking all on Twitter right now just to see everybody what they're posting. Look at that, they're wrapping up gas tanks and stuff so they can't even get gas anymore. Hurricane hunters just left the airport. Yeah, those are probably, yeah, those are hurricane hunters right there. Oh, I just realized, I forgot you can take a 3D image of this thing. Y'all want a 3D image of it? We could do it. Also, they're going back to it as well. They're going to go into it. Let's take a 3D image of this thing. Why not? Oh, wow. Look at that, y'all. That is a 3D image of this thing. Look at that. So it is definitely trending to the more to the north now. Let me see. But this is your 3D image of the hurricane. It just goes to show how high the echo tops of this thing is. Unbelievable. Florida sounds bad. Glad I'm not there. Yeah. I don't blame you. I mean, I want to be there for this because this is something I would want to experience. Because I've experienced a hurricane before, but I haven't experienced anything like this, of course. If you guys are wondering what hurricane I've experienced Hurricane Sandy. That made landfall in New Jersey. That thing was insane. Yes, I still remember Hurricane Sandy from 2012. I was really young at the time, but I still remembered it. But yeah, hurricane hunters are circling back towards it. I think they're going to go into it one more time, and then they're going to go back up to the north. So we'll wait for the next update of this thing. I mean, look how well defined that eye is. That is just insane. It's just like it's literally a donut. It's what it is. It's a whole donut right there. Unbelievable to look at. Gotta stretch. We can go back to 2D mode now. They're still experiencing tropical storm force winds. They're gonna go back into the storm and see what's going on with it, and then let's go back on Twitter and see what's going on. Apparently, Chicago just had one of the greatest sunsets ever. I've seen more pictures of this. That sunset of Chicago definitely is absolutely stunning. Wow. Look at that. This is from Cancun. Look at that. That'll be really cool to see from there. This guy has like the best view of it. I would be recording literally all day or all night just watching this. John Carlos is the one who recorded this, I think. Yeah, Taco Bell. Where is this at? Northern Lights, and there's a Taco Bell right there. Hey, the man himself, Jim Cantori. Yo. Look at that. He's ready. He's ready. Yeah, it's not good looking. That is not good. Now that Milton's a Category 5, it will be stronger when it hits Florida West Coast. So yeah, Florida Storm Chasers is now saying that as well. So, like I said, I've been saying that for a minute now that I think this is going to make landfall as a much stronger hurricane than what is forecasted to be. Because I mean, honestly, like it just if it's still a Category 5 by tomorrow, this is like a this is how storm surge works basically. This is literally how storm surge works. Insane. Show your hoodie. I can show my hoodie. I don't know if I can see it. Hurricane hoodie. If y'all want to see, if y'all want to know what the hoodie was, this is a Hurricane hoodie. Ow, I just hit my freaking elbow, but that kind of hurt. This is the Weather Channel team. They are everywhere down there. Look at that. Like everybody's near Clearwater or Tampa and Fort Myers in this area. They have Justin Michaels and Ryan, or I said Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds, Wolf, and Jen Carfagin, or Carfagno. Sorry, I can't even speak right now. They are all on the east side of Florida because it's still going to be a hurricane on the east side, and it still is going to have some impacts even inland. So, something to keep in mind about. It's just a bunch of hurricane posts. Here's this video again. That video is still wild to me. Climate Prediction Center. A risk of much below normal temperatures is highlighted for non-coastal parts of the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, Ohio, and Tennessee. Buzz of October 16th to 17th. Ooh, it's gonna be way below average near me then. Wow, okay. I'm not ready for a cold yet. Ooh, water spouts off of Fort Ontario and Oswego, New York. Ooh, look at these water spouts. Wow. Those are the hurricanes that made landfall. I was just reading that. Michael, Category 5. Helene, 4. Idalia, 3. I remember Idalia. I also remember Ian, too, really well. Category 4. Irma, I also remember. Harvey, I don't remember too much, surprisingly. I do remember Hurricane Laura, too. And Zeta. Surprisingly. Those are... 2020 was just an interesting year for weather, I guess you can say. We also had the tornado outbreaks that happened that year too, including from me. I was in a tornado outbreak at one point. Can someone check on bro? He's going in for the extreme intercept on Milton right now. Nathan Martin. This guy really is going for an extreme intercept in the middle of the ocean. It's kind of crazy. Holy moly. kind of crazy. Bro's in the middle of the ocean storm chasing. Supercells, yeah, I think those are supercells moving up. Like I said, you're going to start seeing your tropical tornado threat increase a hell of a lot more once you get into tomorrow morning. Okay, let's go back to Radar Omega and see what's going on with the Hurricane Hunters and see what they're doing. Surprisingly, no update yet, I don't think. Might be an update in a second. It definitely is going a little bit more north now. So, like I said, we'll see what happens. I'll keep waiting for a little bit longer, but if it takes too long to update, I'll just end the stream there. Because this is what time is. It's 9:16. Yeah, I'm in the stream there. I'm just going to watch the Weather Channel and stuff and see what's going on with that. I'll probably keep tracking it even off stream, but still. Because I've been live for how long now? I think for over 2 hours now. Yep, over 2 hours. This is something to look at too, though. I'm waiting for the for them to go into it. Because there is an update in the next like 5 minutes, then I'm just in the stream there. We can look at it 3D again if you guys want to. This is at 3D. Thing is wobbling like crazy, holy. Also, the reason why I'm so concerned about the storm surge too is that like, because the way, like I said, it's moving up to the northeast like this. If it goes like, say like right here above Tampa, the way the winds are moving, the storm surge is being thrown like this. It's gonna keep getting thrown into the most, you know, to the south of it. That's why I said this area is going to experience the most storm surge out of any area for the storm, because of the south part of the hurricane is sweeping up a bunch of water and is throwing it at Florida. So your storm surge is probably going to start by tomorrow. I'd say tomorrow morning your storm surge is going to start to come in. Like I said, I won't be surprised if we wake up tomorrow morning and we hear that it's going to be up to 18, or not 18, but 12 to 18 feet of storm surge. Won't be surprised at all, not a single bit. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be up to 12 to 18 feet. If it keeps in intensity as well, so. Yeah, this thing still has a healthy eye. Like, there's nothing bothering it, honestly. It's healthy eye. It's just healthy. It's a healthy hurricane. There's literally nothing stopping this thing right now. I'm not seeing any signs of weakening or anything. So I'm like really concerned for this. Because I know it's going to weaken, but when is it going to weaken? That's the question. When is it? Because if it starts weakening like real late, then we could be talking about a whole different type of scenario with this thing. This is like the best case scenario model right here. And these two are like the worst case scenarios, like honestly. Like they both show the worst case scenarios. Oops, I'm not going to zoom in that much. You can still see the eye very clearly on the satellite, which is insane. You can still see the eye of it. Okay, it's updating. They are definitely going into it. We could wait like a second for them to go into it, so we can see what they get, like what kind of data that they're gonna get from this. I want to see how low the millibars is gonna be. After this update, then I'm gonna end the stream. I'll end the stream after this update. Like I said, I do believe it is getting stronger still. When does the next model run come out? This is still the same one. It probably won't come out until like later. Oh, next update. Alright, they are 966 millibars, 958 millibars. Wow, 914, 913. This is still a category 5. They got some very strong wins from this. 913 millibar low pressure system, 914 right there. They just went through it. So we're now getting our data in now. Oh boy, this thing is strong. This is still a strong Hurricane. This thing hasn't weakened out a bit. Yeah, it's moving so much faster too. I think it's gonna make landfall maybe the evening hours. Honestly, like I won't be surprised if this thing makes landfall around the evening hours. Because to say landfall is gonna be at 2 a.m. I don't think that at all. That's gonna be way earlier than 2 a.m. Either way, I'm gonna be there for this landfall, whether one way or another, whether I like it or not either. All right, we're gonna wait for the next update to see if they get a lower pressure than what we see right now. Let me see. Next update should be in next like maybe 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes maybe. This is some low pressure right there. That's not even exactly in the main eye wall part too. Crazy. But these are your model intensity guidance, the most recent ones, and like I said, a majority of them saying is gonna make landfall as a category 4 maybe. I believe it's gonna make landfall as a category 4. I truly do believe it might do that. I don't know if I'm the only one saying that, but I do really think this is gonna make Landfall as a Category 4. Cause just the way this is going right now, it's yeah. But yeah, like I said, the lowest millibar we've gotten was I think a 903. So we're gonna see what this thing drops into when the Hurricane Hunters pass it. Hurricane Hunters is experiencing 971 millibar low pressure. Because they're in the eye of the storm, so they're not gonna experience, a lower pressure than what, you know, what is outside of the eye wall. Because they're in the eye of the storm, so it makes sense. But we're gonna wait like a couple, like I said, probably like another 2 minutes and see if it updates. We're gonna see the next update. And when it updates and we can see the pressure drops and we'll see how much it is, then I'm gonna end the stream because I don't think I need to be live too much longer. I'm gonna save the rest of the live stream for tomorrow. Like I said, we'll try to get into more detail. I'm trying to get more, a little bit more professional with it. I'm trying to do a lot more. So we'll see here. I'm waiting on this. I wonder, are they gonna upgrade the? Guess not. Maybe, I don't know. Because it's still a Category 5. I mean, that's without a doubt. This thing's still a Category 5. It's probably gonna stay like that for a little while now. Like if I wake up tomorrow morning and I don't see this thing weaken not a bit, I'm gonna be really concerned. Because it should be starting its weakening trend by tonight. So if this thing does not weaken, if this thing is still a Category 5, by the time I wake up tomorrow, I'm literally gonna tweak. Like actually, because I feel like this thing is gonna do something weird when it gets to Florida, which I hope it doesn't. Like I genuinely will tweak though. Okay, as we wait on the next update on the Hurricane Hunters, let's go back on Twitter real quick and see what's going on. More Hurricane Hunters. This is what 15-foot storm surge looks like. So this is what you can expect in Tampa, guys. If the that this is 15 feet of storm surge. That is unbelievably catastrophic. Just wow. That is the storm surge you could possibly witness from this hurricane, if not even higher than that. I mean, look at the damage this thing is causing right now. This is not even Hurricane Milton, by the way. This is another storm. Oh, this is Hurricane Ian. Sorry, this is Hurricane Ian. I remember this storm. This is the storm damage that Ian caused. Milton could cause even worse damage than Ian, so please take that into consideration. Still didn't update the storm surge totals yet. Insane to even see this in the Gulf of Mexico at this time of the year. Hey, Jim Cantori. I like it, I like it. Mayflower, Arkansas. EF4. I wonder why they're posting this. I actually remember hearing about this storm. Look, everybody's comparing this storm surge to Ian's. Look at that. It's up to the trees, if not even higher than the trees at some points. Insane. I mean, just look at the waves this thing is causing. It's going over the camera. That's a power line, by the way. That's the water receding. And look at that damage. Look at that damage. The road's not even there anymore. I mean, come on now. Alright, is there an update? There has not been an update yet. There probably will be an update in the next, like, give it a minute, maybe. Give it, like, 1 minute, maybe. Should be an update. By the way, if you guys are just tuning in right now, we are waiting for the next update of this Hurricane Hunter and see what they're doing. Also, we have, like I said, we have cameras all over in this area, so we can see what happens tomorrow with this crazy behind storm. These are some of the cameras right here. You have the, oops, I didn't mean to do that. But you have your camera right there. And you have your camera up there as well. So you have cameras, we have cameras. Hopefully they stay intact when this thing makes landfall. I mean, it's still a pinhole of an eye right there of the storm. Like, it's not weakening, not one bit. Like, I think it's getting even stronger, probably. Like, it's shrinked in size. That means it's strengthening a little bit. Unbelievable. Okay, it updated. So let's see what they get. Or let's see what they got. Okay, 975. Okay, pressure starts getting higher. Okay, I think they're probably gonna circle back around it maybe. If they don't, then they're gonna go back. But I don't think they are. Okay, well, we know the lowest pressure is a 903 millibar low pressure, which is a category 5, of course, the high end category 5. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm in the stream here because they went through it. There wasn't really much that that is shown, except for this part right here where it says a 913 millibar low pressure system, which is, like I said, category 5. But other than that, prepare if you haven't already, because there's no point of evacuating anymore, because it's here tomorrow. It's coming tomorrow. Like, you have no time at this point, so you might as well just get ready for this and prepare for what could become a catastrophic event. And yeah, like I said, I hope for the best for everybody. I pray that everybody, is okay during this storm. I hope nothing insane happens with this. I hope everything is just okay. I hope everything goes good for everybody. But I'm in the video, y'all. So hopefully you guys, or not video, stream. Sorry. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. If you can, please leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, share this video or stream. Sorry, I keep saying video, but it's not a video, it's a stream. But share the stream with as many people as possible to get the word out. Honestly, because we need to get the word out to as many people as possible. Even though everybody basically knows about the storm, they're not taking it seriously. And I'm gonna try to. I'm making this as serious as possible. I try to make this as serious as possible, and like, let y'all know what what the deal is. But I'm just saying, just like I said, share this, like the video, make sure this video gets to more people, so I can tell them more information about what's gonna happen with the storm. But yeah, until then, I will catch you guys tomorrow for the Landfall event and the members only live stream. So if you're a member, you can come to the members only live stream before I stream the public stream. So be there for that if you're a member. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, peace out.